Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's start it off. Today's a big day for y'all, and I want to start this off just really putting it into context. And Election Day 2024, you got a chance to do something real historical. It's a big day for y'all. You got a chance to elect the first Black female president of the United States of America. And I just want to say one thing, as important as I want to talk about this country, I love America. I love the country itself. My family grew up in Brooklyn since the 1920s. We come from South Carolina, come from Virginia, all up north. And we've been through a lot of shit, racial shit in this country, all of us. We here now. And we got to make one understanding is that we know for a fact that the more power and larger white establishment does not want to see people of color running the country because they believe that this is a white country. But they don't understand that the diversity in this country is what makes it great. Just like the slaves that worked hard to bring up the cotton gin and to make the entire economy of the United States powerful, so did the Chinese, the Irish, the Italian, the German immigrants, the Jewish immigrants. They all came here to make the country great. And it's that diversity that makes America different than most other countries. So whatever you do today, just get out there and get involved and vote for who you want to vote for. Because it can't be the way it was. It has to be the way it's going to be. Whoever you believe in. Let's get to the music. All right? Whatever you do, make sure you stand up for your right in this country. Unks here. Good morning. Morning emails, males and females. Tuesday's work. Election Day 2020. Let's get it going. I got my monkey in the house. She's here. Yes. Good morning. How y'all doing out there? Make sure you go to YouTube. You know what's at. What's up, y'all? Let's get it going this morning. Election Day 2020. Is it going to be Trizzy or Kamala? What's it going to be? Let's go, Troy. Good morning. We got a little Mars and Venus coming today, too. The Duchess coming through, yes. Little Mars and Venus, just a little taste. Taste of the Mars and Venus coming up.
You want to take revenge?
Yes.
Conversations we have in the way it ends. You want to discuss me in front of your lady friends. That's why it's just me, your mama Mercedes Benz.
Hey.
Maybe if we make amends, we can start from scratch. Let me control your temper and remarks. In fact, it's going to be platonic with the hearts intact. So every time
good morning, let's go, y'all. Hey, Troy, you voting?
I was standing like an Asian, but you're black.
Get out there and vote. Let's go.
So what they gave you all of that. Seen it from the back, you understand why they feel like that. Ain't photo what's told, the Lord knows. So good enough to miss award shows. And I ain't gotta say nothing, she just knows. By the way, I look at her, take off all the clothes up and down, and you're feeling down.
My prayers go out to my man Buckshot Shorty from the great group Black Moon. The whole group can't click, duck down, all that. Let's go, y'all. Shout them out one time for your mind. Unks in the building. The morning emails, all you males and females. Tuesday's work. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Tuesday's work. Come on, y'all.
Herself, crack to her own out the back of her home. She smelled the musk, the dusk, and the crack of the dawn. We go through episodes too, like Attack of the Clones. What till we break a back and you hear the crack of the bone. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We commute to computer spirits that mute while your ego spread rumors. We survivalists turn to consumers. Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by.
I feel like two-stepping today.
Like a sailor, pitch a picture with the pen like Norman Mailer. Me as well raised 3 daughters.
Yeah, I'm a two-step today.
Think about the struggle and to find the strength of myself. These words melt in my mouth. They hot like the jail cell in the South. Before my nigga core, man. Just to get by.
Make sure you vote.
Get by, just to get by. Do a die like best stars, the red skies, the window of the red eye, the lead flies, keep that shit.
Yes. Yes. 5:49 in the morning, Unks in the building. Let's go, y'all. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Good morning, Will Atkins. Man, Brooklyn's wild, man. Brooklyn's wild. Make sure you go vote.
You, I just wanna get you to pause and slow your walks on. Maybe we can talk and I'll try to charm you. Just try to find out who.
Listen, make sure you go vote. I want to say this, man. Like, I'm not, one thing about me, I'm 80% black, from Nigeria, from Ghana, Nigeria, 15% Northern, Scandinavian, Irish. So I have, I can't dismirtify who I am as a person, but I just know one thing. I remember what it was like when black people didn't have no voice in this country. You got a voice now, you better use it. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to walk people through the door. Unfortunately, my white friends, I love y'all, but y'all cannot see a country where people of color share the power. It's about time y'all got to share the power and stop making excuses. Let's go, y'all. Unks in the building. I'm on the email. Let's go. Two-step Tuesday. Let's go. Parkside, what up? Yeah, I got you, Will. But do me a favor. If you don't step up, then you can't complain about when shit don't happen the way you need to happen. Politics is the first inlay into what happens. Trust me. That's where they set policy at. That's where they set policy, I'm telling you. Sleep if you want.
This is slow, I began to huff, complete stop. Did you speak in that slang that I talk? That's
well, good luck for you, brother. I hope everything works out for you, bro.
So right now, in 4 minutes or less,
Good luck, brother.
on all of it right now. My mama, your mama, you, your baby's mama's mama. It's official right now. In 4 minutes or less.
I've been here long enough to know better.
My mama, your mama, you, your baby's mama's mama. Right. If you did woman right now, wherever you at, turn to the sex. You are appreciated.
That's the great thing about the country. You can make that choice.
Ain't just like you. And how much you take to carry and birth a child.
I've been to countries where they round you up and force you to vote for who they want you to vote for. I've been to countries like that. I see how it is. That's how I know the difference.
Mama, still hold it down somehow. Make the feelings be so high. Mama,
Let's go.
appreciate your strength.
They round you up at gunpoint and force you to vote. I've been to countries like that. I know what that's about.
A lady in the street and a freak when it's bedroom time. Thank you. Go ride with me, roll with me, tell me what's wrong with my fella. If you ain't got one, better search the world.
That's easy to say if you don't really know. If you're just watching the news, they're not burning thousands of ballots. But hey, man, enjoy.
All the gangsters around know my uncle. Down like the social. Baby, Here we go. All the gangsters around my home. We hold it down like a switch.
My man Buckshot Shorty, get better, man. Get better. Salute.
My baby mama cussed my ass out. I kicked the ass. We back friends like Buck and Steve Stout. Cut the grass around my foot so I could see these snakes. Back in the hood, it's cause I see their face. I beat the service out of paper like a klepto dollar. I pop these poke niggas like I pop.
Rumble Tuesday, 2 step. Let's go, y'all.
Like Megan, Monica, Maya, Missy, Freaky, and Brandon, Shallow.
I've been here long enough to know better.
Hello, strength.
We 2-stepping today. Let's go, y'all.
Trust. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked
Get on over to YouTube. Y'all know where it's at. Let's go, y'all.
away. Just got in town, and I won't let cumulus
I got you.
clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby, I wonder, would you
Let's go.
put your sweats on for me?
Grown Folk Tuesday. Let's work, y'all. Come on.
I got the plug, I made the coffee green. I'm talking late night for you.
Hey,
Let me lay a great time on you.
hey.
Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will. Come through and chill.
Tuesday's work. Let's go, y'all. Come on, let's work, y'all. Come on.
You don't appreciate the time I put into the
You can always go and write. You can write in who you want. Don't matter. You can just go down there. Your voice can be heard. Just go write in who you want.
Let you walk around thinking it's alright. So let me
Good morning. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah, I wanna fly, wanna go, and grow. Wanna feel the rush to the front row. Paycheck, late again, barely hanging on to the apartment. Doing it my way, ain't nothing free about the freeway.
Good morning. Let's go, y'all.
Take me there, yeah, I wanna fly, wanna go, and grow. Wanna feel the rush to the front row. Looking up, starlight, take me there. Yeah, I wanna fly, wanna go and grow. Wanna feel the rush to the front row. Paycheck, late again, barely hanging under the apartment. Doing it my way.
Anthony Bonner, good morning. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
Freeway, but I'm miles off the ground. I'm leaving this home and steady to burn, and I watch it go down. Ooh, 'cause that song gonna take me with it. Hey, and fire. I'm building it high.
Yeah.
Higher. I'm gonna run this empire higher. And if I go down in flames, the smoke gonna spell my name.
Hey. Let's go get them this morning. Let's work. Let's work them out this morning. Let's go on to the building. Morning emails. Let's go, y'all.
Ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you came more? Girl, what you playing for?
So drinking that Thai tea, no coffee.
Ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you came more? Girl, what you playing for? Come on. Come on, let me kiss that. Ooh, I know you missed that. What's wrong? Let me fix that. Twist that. Baby, tonight, the night I let you know. Baby, tonight, the night we lose control. Baby, tonight, you need that. Believe that. I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag.
Let's go, y'all. Come on.
I'll be the best you ever had. I don't wanna brag. I'll be the best you ever had. I hit you with the best stroke. Freestyle in the breaststroke. Till you're blowing cigarette smoke.
Let's go get them. Come on.
So what we gonna do now?
What we gonna do?
Fucking brown suit now. Work it out, then we cool down. Cool down. Baby, tonight, I let you know. Baby, tonight, we lose control. Baby, tonight, you need that. Believe that. I'll be the best you ever had.
Let's go, y'all. Come on. Two-Step Tuesday, grown folks R&B, grown people. Let's go, y'all. We make grown decisions. Let's go. Who's got this? Kameezy or Tweezy? Who got it? Are y'all voting?
You the best. Jeremiah.
Let's work, y'all. Come on.
You the best.
Get on down there. Get on down there. Let's go. Hey.
Take it somewhere, maybe we can play. She like my hustle, you know I be on it all day.
I'm on the block, stereo to make it straight. You my. You my. Vicious. I am vicious. If you watching off in the park. Watch us for little ladies, watch us for sure.
6:01 in the morning. Unchair. Let's work, y'all. Come on.
Rock with your boy. We can sell out the Malibu. Yes. It's like powerful. Chanel flower shoe. Goddamn, who be styling you? Like I will shower you. Tell them to look at our view.
We got a little Mars of Venus coming today, too.
Harlem thing. My blow trap.
A little sample. Let's go, y'all.
College game. I done did keys. That's not a thing. I run these MCs like Hollis Queens. With it. Then you found me. Could tell you don't travel. You need a trip out the county. I see. If I'm nothing good and crown me, Giselle, I have a problem getting women around me.
Let me take it somewhere, maybe we can play. She like my hustle, you know I be on it all day.
I'm on the block, serving to make it straight. You my. You my on the boardwalk, ain't nothing tough and especially, yes. It's only that's me, yes. If I want to put that something out, False since day one. Used to play the block with the Rock, J and Dame hung. When Big Al came and Mace hung. Lottie Yates was too young, hoping my day come.
Yes.
Now I'm pulling up with the baddest. So bad that she made the moment a class.
6:03 in the morning. Unchair in the building. Let's go. Let's get work on.
Go away, go away.
Let me take it.
Two-Step Tuesday. Let's work, y'all. Come on.
You know I be on it all day.
I'm on the block, to make it straight. You mine.
Just like the kiss of morning dew. That's how it felt that day we met, and the first laid eyes on you. Yeah,
Come on.
it's like you walked right about my fantasy, and then you left that day go by. Did you abandon me? Maybe you'll see where you're. And I wonder if you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be. And I wonder if you'll ever find out how it was supposed to be.
Go to YouTube. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah, now when I think back to the days you and mine, oh how I wish I could flip a switch to turn back the hands of time. Oh baby, you were the one that made me real. Now that you're gone, tell me what in the world am I supposed to feel without you here with me? If you ever find out how it was supposed to be.
All right, Instagram, you're on your way in. Let's go.
If you ever find
Bring
out
in IG.
how it was supposed to be.
What up, IG? You're on your way. Let's go.
Listen, something tells me I've been right. Of the love I felt that you took.
Two Chef Tuesday, Unction in the building in the morning. Email all your males and females. Let's get it going. Election Day 2024. Kamizi or Treasy, who's getting this one? Let's go, y'all. Unction in the building. Come on. Get out there and say something.
So many things I'm going through, so much that I want to do. It's starting to become so clear to me. Tomorrow ain't really guaranteed. So many days I thought of you. It's about time you knew the truth. Get to act quickly, you and I. And fall in love, so many reasons why.
Will be the first black female president, or will it be the Donalds? The Donald.
It's so many reasons. It's the only thing that matters.
Hey, Facebook.
It takes too long to let you know that you're the only one I never want to go. Things I never did.
Let's go this morning, though.
Pardon me, darling, if I'm wrong, I don't mean to bother you. I just wanna get you to pause and slow your walk, so maybe we can talk and I can try to draw me. Just trying to find out who you are. I don't mean to come off like a telemarketer. I ain't
Whatever happened, you're going to have to get up and go to work today. Let's go, y'all. Unction in the building in the morning. Email. Let's work it out, y'all. Come on.
and maybe I can call you up,
Sometimes,
and maybe I can take you out.
sometimes,
So let's exchange visits and later arrange visits, either your way or mine.
Mike B.
A different type of commitment.
Calling this morning, Mike.
Talking about a true friendship. Someone I can depend on and be down no matter what. No, it's really
I want to hear from Mike B today. Go to YouTube, y'all. Chatting with Mike this morning. Let's go, y'all.
Sorry if I come off disrespectful, or my combo is a little bit too sexual, but damn, it's incredible. Be more flexible, cause the context of this text is sexual. But wait, let me explain. A buddy is an equal beneficial arrangement. A buddy is
Definitely tap in, Mike B. I want to hear your perspective on how you feel about today, man.
a buddy don't mean but sometimes. And maybe I can call you up.
All perspectives welcome. All perspectives welcome.
So let's exchange digits and later arrange digits. It's a different type of commitment. I'm talking about a true friendship.
6:08 in the morning. Instagram, what's up? Let's go. Twitch, what's up?
I ain't say that in a minute. Miguel.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. If you're triggered by any of this music, let's go, y'all.
Hey, yo.
6:15 to start. Let's go. I'm to the building. I'm on the emails. All your males are females. Get it popping.
I ain't say that in a minute.
Lil Mars and Venus today too. Let's go.
Chris Montana. Yo, Test Move. Check it out. Be on your love is like perfect. My protection. My resurrection. I need it when I be stressing. You the ingredients to my blessings. Murdered the streets out, murdered the beach house. Jumped in convertible jeeps to peace out. Used to get you open, all gold bend. Gold ropes and gazelles with no legs. Bad boy gang. Move like Soul Train, boy like Soul Train.
Yes. Let's go.
It's so funny running into you. It has to be 3 years since we last seen each other. Many flashbacks come to mind of the wild and crazy times we used to have with one another.
All the way to 6:15. Let's go.
We absolutely didn't care. We would do it anywhere. And it was over. But that's when I was wild and out.
Let's go.
Couldn't care less about someone getting hurt. I've been my share of dirt, but I'm wise up. Oh yeah. Ooh, everything is different now.
Yes. What up, Troy?
Ooh, there were many others that
Troy on his way to the polls. He about to vote. I ain't gonna ask you who you voting for though.
some of their names I can't remember. Imagine waking up with someone
Kamizi or Treasy? Who's getting it today?
I even knew.
They say it's close. I don't think it's that close though. Let's see what happens.
But there's
Depends on who you're listening to.
everyone. I've been blessed to find that one who makes me feel like no other.
Will Atkins said they already picked the winner.
You are looking good as hell, but I can't go home with you because I'm going home.
R.I.P. Clark Kent. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
Figure that your team can affect my queen. Gold and platinum black since I stepped on the scene. I mean, peep the scene. Jacuzzi full of women. She hitting me and him. Much love like Wimbledon. Watch the screaming killer. I'm overseas in my villa. The mama suits nothing killer. Queen Swiss the plan. Cop the Lexus land. See gutter. Rockefeller 400s and better. Little Steve's push threes with 5 in his eyes. Knock go cry. My Mary Rod. I die for my back to steal. Chicken heads was set to feel. Reveal sexual acts up in compose act. The chocolate down, watch the mafia.
Make sure you go to IG. Check them out. Check them out on IG. Go to YouTube so you can hear the music. They'll stop the music on YouTube. Let's go, y'all. To the building. Come on.
Stop, continuous leader. Oh, you could be as good as the best of them, but as bad as the worst.
I see a Let's Go Kamala already. Do we got any left? Do we got any Let's Go Trumps in here? Do we got any Let's Go Trumps in here? Any Trumpies in here? Let's go.
Right, Biggie there, and I pop them in school.
It's an open forum, man. Don't worry about it, man. Where Dr. D Nice at?
Do something to us, talk to us, talk to us, wanna do us, screw us, who us, yeah, Papa and Papa.
Hey,
like stars,
trigger warning.
Stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze free at your cherry M3 bang.
If you triggered by any of this music, trigger warning. Let's go, y'all.
Recently, niggas frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Humans with the Jesus peace. If we want it, if I take a flaunt it, that Brooklyn
Bullshit, we on it. Let's go.
Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just guess it's why they're broken up so
I got you, Mike B. We'll get to some of Mike B's new music too today. Mike B got new music. I love when Mike B brings new music. Let's go.
Work with me. I want to thank y'all for coming out tonight.
Some real shit.
Another day in the ghetto. It's the same old scene. Another day in the ghetto. Feed out with the snooze bean. Another day in the ghetto.
Wow. Puts a shot for the boys on the block. Wow, the young niggas is dying. Cause they moms at work, they pop it, ball, they
I know how it feel to wake up, fucked up. Pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell. People look confused, are selling drugs to all the losers.
Yeah. 6:14 in the morning, up to the building in the morning. Emails, all your males and females. Let's get it popping this morning, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Come on.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Two Steps Tuesday, R&B Tuesday. Let's go, y'all. Up to the building. Come on out.
Slow down, baby. Let you know from the gate. I don't go down late. I want to check with this gift the next to lip. She could be the oldest type of like girl, you get me about how you look in my eye. But you talk too much, man. You're ruining my house. Wanna lose the feeling cause the roof is ceiling is on fire. You looking good for the kitten.
Wow. Let's get Dahlia in here.
Yeah, Dahlia, congratulations on your new show. I know how you get, so don't be too rough on them. Love you and good luck. Bye.
Wow. Love you too, Monkey.
Welcome to the
Monkey. Monkey's here today, by the way.
Uncle Lays, aka
Dahlia is actually here.
AKA Lazy Lays from the world famous, kicking it with you in topics about health.
I love it when my children come over.
Culture, and now for your host, the legendary Uncle Lays.
Hey yo, what's up, y'all? Wow, shit, boy.
Hey yo, Lays is right. Yo, get in there and tell the people what it is, man. Let them know what this thing is all about.
Come on, man.
Information.
That's what we do. Information, mitigation, inspiration. Get your asses up. Election day, Tuesday, 2024, November the 5th, 2024. Wow. Y'all up? What's up? Y'all voting? No? Yes? What y'all doing? Are y'all involved? Are y'all getting it popping? A lot of artists are cool with Trump, so they shook. I don't know, man. Listen. I'll give you my opinion but I'm gonna bring my man Mike B in it, but I'm just giving you my opinion. My opinion about this whole thing is we had Trump already. Y'all remember pandemic with the bleach and the crazy shit and you making excuses and stuff, grabbing by the pussy and the felony and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, man. Insurrection and all. I know what he'll do. I don't know what she'll do yet with the power. You know, she ain't even had the power yet. So listen, I've seen it all before. You know what I'm saying? I know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? All I know is the Wells pills was cocky as a motherfucker too, boy. They thought he was back in the 50s back there. You know what I'm saying? I just go out there looking at me like, what the fuck you here for? Like, hold on, wait a minute. I thought we was all getting along. So listen, say what you want to say. I'm just telling you right now, make a decision. You can be historical or you can go back and be back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? We make excuses for it. And even the Wills pills. I love my white friends. I love y'all, right? But there's something in your DNA in this country. You're not used to seeing people of color in power, so you look for reasons why they shouldn't be in color. It's like when a guy go to court, when a black dude go to court, they looking for ways to convict him. You know what I'm saying? I've been to court. Let me tell you something. I went to court one time, and it was the cop made a mistake. So I went to court, and it wasn't even me in court. I was standing up for the person I with, and the person I with happened to be mixed. But she looked like she was white. The judge got up in front of me and cursed me the fuck out. Cursed me the fuck out because she thought that I was the problem just because of my skin color. And it's unfortunate because I'm not saying the judge was racist. I'm saying that that's in her DNA to believe if it's brown is wrong, if it's black is wrong. that is being changed because the country is starting to be like everybody's starting to come together in the country. Now, I don't say Kamala's perfect, whatever the case may be. I don't know what she's going to do. But I know if she get elected, the world's not going to blow up. And I know if Trump get elected, the world's not going to blow up. It's just going to be 4 years or whatever the fuck they got going on. So I suggest y'all go out there and at least make a decision. At least let your voice be heard. If not, then you can't complain. All right? Unc's in the building. I'm on the emails. Let's go to blackfacts.com. Kimberly is traveling today, but I'm going to bring my man in, Mike B, and he's going to give his perspective, and he's going to talk about his new music and everything. Good morning. Good morning, sis. He's going to talk about his new music and everything, and we'll get this day going. And then Coco will come in with the tea. And then also, we have a little bit of Mars and Venus coming in today. The Duchess, she's going to come in. It's a diverse country. We all in this shit together now. So, anybody that's trying to separate that or make it look like, make it seem like you wrong for being a part of it or you some kind of fucking pet or some shit like that. Nah. I don't need more. No, fuck all. You know what I'm saying? But you vote who you want. You do what you want to do. All right, let's go to blackfacts.com real quick before we get the day started. No, November 5th, 1974, George L. Brown became Lieutenant Governor of Colorado. Look at that. Colorado's going to be a big state. Big state, big thing. Brown graduated from the University of Kansas in 1950 with a BS in journalism. He also did graduate work at Harvard Business School, the University of Colorado, and University of Denver. There you go, educated man. 1950 was tough, too, being black in 1950. For 14 years, he worked as a writer, editor in Denver Post, hosts his own Denver radio talk show. He was the first African-American to edit for a major daily newspaper in the Rocky Mountains. There you go. They smoke a lot of weed in Colorado. Trust me. In 1956, Brown made history when he was elected to Colorado State Senate. He served as a state senator for 18 years and was reelected to five 4-year terms. There you go. Consecutive. There you go. Colorado. In 1974, in the middle of the 5th Senate term, he was elected lieutenant governor, position held for, he was the nation's first black lieutenant governor. See, you're saying the fact that that's a first is a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? We've been here 400 years. Why take 1954 to be a first? In 1979, Brown joined the Grumman Corporation, where he was later promoted to senior vice president in charge of firm regional offices, becoming the first African-American corporate officer in a major U.S. aerospace company. There you go. Always the first in 1979. Come on. For more Black Facts, go to blackfacts.com. Let history be no mystery. So that means for 300 years, there were qualified people that couldn't get the job. Come on now. We gotta be fair. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, it's a diverse country, but it should have been diverse. You know what I'm saying? Not, we don't make excuses for that bullshit. Let's keep diversifying the country. Let it be mixed up a little bit, and we'll fix the problems together. My man Mike B, I gave you a lot of lead-in this morning. You see all that lead-in I gave you this morning? My man Mike B this morning. I don't know which way. First of all, Mike B is my man. He's a great artist, a suicide survivor, just a great father, just a family man, doing all the great stuff in his life. A supporter of the morning emails, and we support Mike B's music. Rub it on your chest. All things we support from Mike B. But the thing is, Mike, today is a very interesting day, Mike. And I don't even know which way you're moving in your conversation, which way you're voting, whatever the case may be, if you are voting. But I know you have perspective, Mike B. And we believe everybody's perspective matters. Mike B, how do you feel about what's going to happen today?
I'm just ready to see what happens. I'm not voting. All right. And it's not a thing where left wing, right wing, whatever. I've never voted. I've always watched it, but I don't know for a fact that our votes matter. If they can take all of our votes and sit there and count them in front of everybody, that would let me, but other than that, I'm like, yeah, no. So, but whatever happens, and we're prepared for it. So I just hope whoever gets in office turn some shit around,
Do you think it makes a difference, the president of the United States? Does it make a difference, do you think?
I think it makes a difference somewhat, yeah. I don't think that just because we have a male in office over a female, that's going to make a difference. You know, would it be historical? Yeah, of course, it'd be awesome. I'd love to see a female president before I'm out of here. You know, that's cool. Just see what they can do. I have faith in everybody, you know, until you show me otherwise. So, but
do you feel that there's a programming? And I say this, I've said this before, and I've talked about this, and I have a lot of friends, like a lot of my friends who are of Caucasian friends who live in this country. Do you feel if there's a subliminal programming that if it's a person of color, they're apprehensive and all they see is the color first, not the job or what the ability is? Because obviously, whether you like her politics or not, she's been in government long enough to be qualified to do the job. The question is, do you feel a lot of people feel apprehensive because we want to vote for somebody that looks like us or that represents what we look like in certain stages? Do you feel that way?
I think you're always going to have people that even just subconsciously are afraid of things that are different, you know? And I can't speak for them. Yeah, I don't get down like that. I look at anybody else.
You're different because we do have a large. Remember, we always talk about black people not being a monolith, but white people ain't a monolith either. They have all different types of people, poor, rich, we all live in this country together. But what I found out as I start to travel the country more and travel around America more, I find out that a lot of us are really kind of living together. And we are kind of like doing our thing together. We're kind of really just focused on, living and enjoying. Like we got real shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
life, man. Look, everybody goes through the same things in life, man. Like financial issues, family issues, education, shelter. Like where are you gonna lay? Everybody goes through these things. Everybody, just different circumstances. So we all have that to look back on. And be like, all right. We're just all here trying to survive and be better.
I want to give y'all my opinion about this Trump guy, right? And let me just say something. I thought Trump is an entertaining guy. Even when he was back in the casinos but I'm from New York, so I know the archetype. I know the kind of guy in New York, the hustling. You know what I'm saying? He's a hustler. He's a New York hustler. I know the hustlers in New York. He's a hustler. I ain't got nothing against the dude hustling, But some of the things that he did as far as and this, you can't get me not to believe my lying eyes when the January 6th, when people was getting killed behind that shit, cops was getting killed behind that shit. You can't say that you didn't start that shit. He started that shit. He riled the people up. That's my opinion. And I can't wrap my head around voting for a dude who would attack his own country. Now, and then they say, well, what about Antifa? I don't know nothing about no fucking Antifa. I don't know nothing about that shit. That's not my thing. I don't know about that shit. And if they was doing it, that's their business. But you can't give me the reasoning by telling me somebody. It's like your son goes, what about the dude over here? He's messing up too. Now, I don't worry about the dude over. I'm worried about you. You know you're the dude that's supposed to be the best. You're the dude that's supposed to be the picture standard bearer of who we are as a country. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at you.
Entice that shit. I'll just put that out there. He didn't say go there and do this up. I have a homie that's going to federal prison from out here in Gettysburg. He was there and stormed that shit. Trump didn't tell us to do that. People are nuts, bro. You get look. Take Antifa
for programmed, and they can't be programmed with violence. You don't feel that the people in power and government have a responsibility to de-escalate and to say things that can calm down the people because they can rally. You don't feel like they don't have any responsibility. That's why we elect them as leaders. You don't feel leaders have a responsibility to do that?
Trump wasn't the president when that happened.
Oh yes, Trump was the president when January 6th happened. He was still the president.
I guess that was that long ago, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, he was the
president. Forgive me.
Yeah,
okay.
He was.
Yeah, okay, but still, look, I watched.
He lost the
watched
election.
it.
Let me give it to you. He lost the election, and then he didn't want to accept the results, and so he went over there and he told them to fight. He told a wild, drunken crowd of mob people saying, "I'm walking down there. I need y'all to go there and fight." And they put up a noose for the vice president if he didn't overthrow the election in the Congress. Now you can't tell me to not believe my eyes. I'm seeing it happen. And then once they did it, now let me give you something else. I just want to just give you context. And once they did it, right now he sat there for hours before he said, "Hey, calm it down." Now listen, when Black Lives Matter, and I'm not really a fan of Black Lives Matter, by the way. I'm just telling you right now. But when Black Lives Matter had their little march, he had 4 rows of National Guard there and blocked them off and walked across the fucking thing with a Bible over to the graveyard of another dude. So you can't tell me when he wanted to activate, he couldn't activate. And if you don't activate as a leader, that's on you. It's your responsibility as a leader. He was the president of the United States. That falls on him, with all due respect. And I'm not giving him no breaks on that because I wouldn't
I'm not saying it was a cool thing to do or whatnot. I'm just saying, like, the videos that I saw, I don't know because I wasn't there. My homie was there. I wasn't there. But the videos that I saw was Trump saying, "Do not go there and start a fight. Go there and talk to them, calmly. We can do this, and that's the videos I saw. I mean, things are doctored up. So, what you believe in this world, Lays? Nothing that you hear and only half of what you see, bro.
I got you, bro. But I mean, listen, if it walk like a duck, I mean, so you don't think, yeah. So you're saying the 34 indictments wasn't right either?
Hey, bro, I've had charges that they piled on me just to scare me, and then I've took that shit to trial and won because of no evidence. Like, so I'm familiar with what the law can try and do to try and get you to take something.
Yeah, but he fought everything. He fought every charge, and he was convicted. I mean, listen, I know brothers that go to jail every day, and they pile charges. Or I know brothers that get off. They got bodies and they get off. You know what I'm saying? I know all these scenarios. And at the end of the day, you're gonna tell me that a convicted felon is actually at the precipice of being the president of the United States?
He wasn't a convicted felon before. My personal, I look at it like if it was me and I was coming back for another run, yeah, they would try and get me convicted with a felony too, just to make me look bad. Us the bad guy. Listen, I don't know. I'm still not even, I'm still kind of convinced that Trump might be the Antichrist, bro. I don't know. The book of Revelations has been fucking rolling out on us.
Yeah, I know. But let me say, I love the perspective because a lot of people don't even understand. Like, that's what's happening. A lot of people can't even understand or see what that is. Like, I don't understand what that is. I try not to listen to the news, and I go to the boots on the ground. I'm talking to people who was there, who watched it. I'm talking to congressmen who was running for their life in that situation. I feel for the cops that got killed in that situation. People lost their life in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's not a small thing. I can't say I've like I said, I don't know too much about it. I wasn't there. I got a friend I went to school with that stormed that shit with him, and he's going to do like 7 years up in the feds now. And I'm like, damn, dude. And his story's a little different too. So you take what you get from everything and you try and weigh it out on your own.
If I were to call, if I would yell, if I'm in a movie theater and I yell fire in the movie theater,
you're going to jail.
I'm going to jail. And then people get trampled and killed. I'm going to jail.
Now you're going to jail for enticing a riot.
Right, Dick. I'm just gonna say that. Leave it right there. Listen, so tell me what's up with the new music, Mike B?
Man, we got a bunch of new music coming out. We just we just released a cipher. I did the hook on it. Yeah, the only cipher from what I understand, the only cipher that has a hook. I'm like, ciphers don't have hooks. Okay, so it's me and
Right.
5 other artists. It's pretty dope. It's called Help Me. That's out there. We
Yeah.
just released a new music video for Rain Rain. That's out there. We've got a bunch of other new music getting ready to put out. Mr. Judah Priest from the Wu-Tang is coming back out on tour.
Nice.
So we're locking the venue out here, man. It's absolutely dope. Brother called me yesterday. I was like, bro. And he's like, bro. And I'm like, bro. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, no. Listen, Mike, we love you, man. We appreciate you, and we love the perspective, brother. And I know that your music is great. I mean, listen, you got to send us the links too, so we can put it up there. Maybe play a little bit. Yeah, make sure you send us. So put it in the private chat so I can play it for you. Play it later on in the show as we start to move down. You know what I'm saying? So Mike B, everybody, my man, Mike B is a great dude, man. And I got to tell you, man, again, because there are people hearing stuff, is how they're being fed. You know what I'm saying? So Mike B is trying he's trying to be objective, but also he's being fed an entirely different narrative. So you got the whole country, some people being fed this, some people being fed that. You got to go find as much of the truth out for yourself.
Yeah, man. You got to take it and weigh it. Cause listen, right? Like, you ever had somebody like mad at you because somebody else said something to them, but that person won't come to you and clear it up because they don't want your side, because that'll go against the way they want to look at you.
Right. Listen, being a victim of that, I understand what that is. I mean, like, you know, people think they know you, but they don't know you. They just know the image that somebody else painted of you. You know what I'm saying? And not even
if they don't know you, you know?
Right. But Mike B, man, we appreciate you, brother, man. That's a great conversation. And we're going to keep it going, man. We're going to keep it going. Rub it to your chest. Another great man, a father. This dude right here continues a family man, and definitely, just like everybody else, puts his boots on one at a time, just like everybody else, man. So you go ahead and have a good day, and congratulations on your new music. We're going to play some Mike B a little later on today, Mike. All right, Mike.
Love, yeah. I'll stay tuned in. Much love, guys.
Mike B, everybody. Listen. We can sit here and have that conversation all day, but you're going to get different perspectives on the conversation. I just think that listen, there's got to be another guy that they could put in there besides this dude right here. That's all I'm saying. Another guy. Just get another guy, because we're starting to excuse a lot of bullshit, and I think it's important. We're gonna have the Duchess coming in here in a minute. We're gonna get some relationship conversation going on in a second today, y'all. We're gonna break it all down today, but let me get my man Reginald Maynard. Let's get the crew in this morning, see how we feel. Kimberly is traveling today. She's in Jamaica. I hope she's safe. And let's see if Coco's gonna come into Coco's boat. She's got a whole outfit going on today too. Let's see what Coco at. Let me see if I can figure out what Coco's doing.
Hey, Larry.
Good morning, Reggie Maynard this morning. Good morning, brother. This is a great day today. Great possibility today. I was just speaking to Mike B, and he was talking about, from his perspective, how monumental is today potentially for Kamala Harris.
It's so monumental that the whole world is talking about it. And ladies, I just happen to be in Jack Barkley Bentley showroom in London right now.
Oh, you in London?
I'm in London, yeah.
Oh, listen, go ahead, man.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. No, let me tell you, the fact that you asked me about Kamala, everybody here in Britain is rooting for her. When I say I'm in Bentley right now, Jack Barkley, and everybody here is praying that she wins. So it's impacted on a global scale. It's not just Americans who want her to win, and it's not just us who understand the impact that this will have. So yeah, I'm glad you called me. It's perfect timing, brother.
So
we're just sitting here talking about it.
I had said this morning in the show, I said, unfortunately, some of our white brothers in this country are programmed to believe that if it's not white, it's not right in this country. And they don't even understand the programming, because they have to convince themselves reasons why they're not racist. If you got to convince yourself a reason why you're not racist, so you might have some racist tendency. And I said,
that's 100% correct.
And I said to them, this guy, and we talk about Trump, listen, at the end of the day, as much as I'm a business owner and all this other stuff, but some of the stuff is just so crazy that you just can't even. The Trump stuff is so crazy that you can't, like, come on, man, you got it. Give me somebody else to vote for besides this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And what they
Yeah.
and see, he has actually held the Republican Party hot.
Mhm.
And this would actually free them up to get back to who they used to be, a literal political party. And so, you know, hopefully the heavens are aligned. But I'm telling you, over here in England, the majority of people that I've spoken to of any age, gender, or race, they are rooting for Campbell because they know the impact that the other would have. And so, you know, thank you for hitting me up, man. But it's getting ready to go down. And so, yeah, they're on it over here, man. Everybody's putting it in prayer.
Did you get a chance to vote before you left? That's what I wanted to find out.
Absolutely. Are
There
you
you
kidding me? And I did the drop box, but I went downtown inside, but they couldn't light that puppy on fire. They out here lighting drop box on fire. So I went downtown with mine and my wife. Ballot, and I voted last week, brother. So yeah, there's no way I would not vote.
We're talking about people who threaten violence and all that kind of stuff. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you got to be careful.
You got to be careful. And I tell everybody, if you want to do violence, you got to bring some to get some. And I know you know that. You got to bring some to get some. You come this way, you be prepared.
We got to repel all borders, man. But listen, Reginald, be safe in London. Pray for us over here in America. You know, this is definitely a serious day. And
yes,
listen,
it is.
And listen, you can't be afraid of potential violence because people will find ways to try to shake you up and scare you and do all kinds of shit.
They try to scare you. Yeah. They try to scare you into submission, but they got to understand that we all be from the hood, baby. You don't scare me with your words. You don't scare me with your actions because I can come with it too.
Reginald Maynard, everybody, my man. Be safe out in London,
Love you.
Love you too, bro.
Peace to all my peeps. Thank you, buddy.
All right, bro. That's beautiful, man. Reggie's out in London at the Bentley spot. Hey, Reggie, bring me back a Bentley, man. What are we talking about? Put another race in there besides him that's more qualified. Yeah, well, listen, man. The bottom line is we know what's gonna happen with that guy. First and foremost. So let's not. Can we not bullshit people? 6:40 in the morning. I'm gonna bring the Duchess in really shortly. I just want to have her get ready. Let's get my man D Park in here real quick, just before the day starts, and then we'll see if Coco's coming in. Oh man, it's one of those situations. Before we get to Mars, Venus, and all planets in between. Let's go, y'all.
Years old.
What up, Parks? Big day, Parks.
Take out the trash, Dave.
Take out the trash. Yo, so what news? I just want to find out. What news is white America getting to that's telling us that we should vote for Donald Trump? What Jedi mind trick fuckery is that's making people believe they should vote for Donald Trump? Explain it to me. I'm confused.
I don't know, man. I think they just the fear of them losing, what they have, what they've stolen.
Yeah, listen. But a lot of people just come here from another country anyway. This whole country is full of people coming here from another country. What are we talking about here? It's great.
You know what's crazy is I watched this documentary a couple years ago that talked about the different immigrants and how once they come here, now they're against other immigrants.
Right. What does he do? Like, as soon as they come here, they're dissing the people that came in behind them. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Only one that don't do that is the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans fuck with everybody. Puerto Rican, as long as you're from Puerto Rico, you in. The 51st state. Hold on. We got Gooch Elliott in here. Hold on. Let me see what's up with Gooch. Gooch, what up? Gooch Elliott, you there? All right. Well, I guess he's not there. All right. He's here, but he just, I guess he don't understand how to use the equipment. Anyway, we're going to let him go. So listen, I got a game, or not a game, I got a segment I'm about to get into. The segment is Mars, Venus, and a little segment of the show that we're going to put together, Mars, Venus, and all planets in between. So we're going to bring in the Duchess. So we're going to bring in the Duchess. And I know that you have a lady there. I don't know if she's there today, but I would love to have another lady play this game. I don't know what happened to Coco, but Coco would be very different on this game right here. All right. Anyway, but I'm going to bring in the Duchess today, and we're going first of all, we're going to find out her political conversations. Hold on. Let's bring in the Duchess. Good morning, my Duchess. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. How are you?
Big day for women today.
Yes, it is. Yes. And no matter what happens, it's still a big day. Yes.
Well, we can say that. Big day for women. I got to tell you, I'm hearing people say really nasty things about Kamala Harris. Is that, and by the way, we got D Parks on the phone, Duchess. Say hi to D Parks.
Hi, D Parks.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, why is there so much hatred and vitriol for this woman just today when it wasn't yesterday?
Well, I think you're touching on something much deeper. It's obviously not only about her. This is everything we've been talking about, going down to men and women and the polarizing opposition between the two, the competition between the two that doesn't need to exist, yet it exists. And we really just need to deal with it at this point. To me, that's at the core of what we're talking about, even beyond race, beyond anything else. We all came into this world, one or the other, for the most part, male or female, and that shapes a lot of how we see the world, whether we like it or not. And it's not until we raise our consciousness about our attitude towards the opposite sex that we can find common ground. But until then, we experience one another in a certain blueprint, and we have an idea of what people are, what a man is and what a woman is, and we try and hold people into that blueprint. And then when they don't fit the blueprint of what we think they should be, then that causes agita. It causes us to start projecting onto one another. And next thing you know, there's drama and trauma. And that just is kind of a simplistic breakdown.
Mars, Venus, and all planets in between. Hey, Parks. I wish I had you on. Can you tap into the? Can you tap into the to the feed so that because your phone sounds a little wacky.
Right. Give me a minute.
I'll send you the link. All right. I'll send you the link.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, I want to bring Parks in on the feed, baby, because I think a lot of brothers, we've been going through a time where we've been really jumping on the sisters, and vice versa, by the way. The sisters have been jumping on us a little bit too. And I think we got to find a way to pull that together. If we don't get it together, then the family's going to stay fucked up, and we're not going to be able to move forward. And which is for the children. So we have a whole situation where we have young children out here without any leadership, no guidance. My man from Black Moon, Buckshot Shorty just got beat up, concussion, terrible, young little dude, and got beat up by some young dudes out there. And then they're saying that he did something, whatever the case may be, but conflict resolution has gotten to a point where it's just the Wild West, and it's getting wilder out there. And I think that's because the family dynamic is that bad.
I agree.
We got to find a way to come together as a community. Now, let me tell you what I saw. Just using the Korean community as an example, right? I saw a bunch of young Korean kids out on the street one day because, over in Jersey, there's a lot of Koreans, right? I saw them out on the street acting a fool. But when the Korean men walk down the street, they straighten right up. They bow to the Korean men. They put the head just like that to the Korean men, and they straightened up as the Korean men walked past. In my area, there's a lot of Muslim men, Arab Muslims in the area. The little boys are running around, act all crazy, whatever. But when the men come through, they straighten right up. Mm-hmm. Why ain't we straightening up in our community?
Well, I think from my perspective, men aren't present in our community. Even if they're there physically, they're not there actually leading. And so when that's not the case, whose responsibility is it for them to lead? And we can blame the system. We can blame everything we want We can go back, just like we saw Mike B, having a very different perspective about what happened on January 6th,
Right.
2020. We can frame history however we want, but we're here right now. And what are we doing right now? The fact that somebody didn't have a father present in their life or a mother present in their life and all of these childhood issues and traumas, I understand that personally. But today we've got to do something differently. We've got to be able to take personal accountability and responsibility. And until we do that, you're going to continue seeing the breakdown of the Black community and everybody pointing fingers at each other. But at some point, we've got to look in the mirror and say, oh, it's me. Oh, what can I do differently than what I'm doing now, other than tear each other down?
But why the Black community? Because it seems like the breakdown seems to be exclusive to the Black community. It seems that right now, watch how, as even with Trump, I got to respect the white community, because what they do is they line up behind Trump. And their wives are lining up behind Trump. Not even the women that can have babies, the older women who are lining up behind Trump with his abortion stuff, bans on abortion and all that kind of stuff. So they're going out there and voting for Trump as a family, saying this is what we doing as a people. Mm-hmm. The Jewish community, another community who lines up behind the men. When there's a problem in the Jewish community, the men come out and they deal with the city and they deal with the system. The men come out. In the Korean community, the Chinese community, the men come out. The Arab and Indian community, the men come out and they confront the systems in the way you need to confront it. And the Black community, it's the women that come out. And the Black men are normally not in positions of authority in those spaces. How do we fix that? That is a Mars-Venus question. How do we fix that first? How do we get the men aligned in the space where they're moving together with the women, not only as shields, but as also as the tip of the sword, so that the women you guys are way more, you guys have way more ability to do certain things than we do. So we need to be the tip of the sword and the shield so that women can be behind us and support us. How do we fix that?
Well, I mean, I think that's, first of all, I would like to say, I do think that we are moving in the right direction. I do think there is a generation of young men who are trying to be good fathers, trying to be good husbands, trying to be good leaders, and working with whatever tools that they have. I think that you've talked about this with some of your colleagues on the show, how as OGs, you guys need to be more present in their lives, in these young men's lives, and giving them these kind of nuggets and tools and helping them along the way. And they've got to be willing to receive it. This is something that, again, I think internally it has to happen. But unfortunately, what's happening, or what has been happening, is with that lack there, then the women have been forced to step up into a masculine space. Not that we want to, but that we have to. As you know, I'm the queen of femininity. I love being a girl. I love all things girly, butterflies, rainbows, all the things.
I like your flowers, by the way. Hi, this is Lindsay. I just like the flowers that you have in the background right there. Those are very nice. They highlight your hair and your lipstick there.
Well, and I happen to have a man who appreciates my femininity and makes sure that I have fresh flowers every week. So thank you. But when I'm in the corporate space, and you've seen this happen, where I've had to shift into a much more masculine role because of the dynamics that exist within that space, then working all day and having to be in that energy and then turn it off is very, very difficult. Not only to turn it off, but then to completely flip the switch and now be soft and submissive and kind and nurturing and loving and gentle and all of these things is the opposite of what I've been in all day. Plus deal with all the responsibilities of taking care of a home. That's a lot for a woman.
Anthony Bonner says no one wants to come together anymore. Nowadays, we want to stay away from each other. Is that a New York thing? Is that an East Coast thing? Is that just nationwide?
I think that's a societal thing where we have such an emphasis on individuality and individual expression and who I am and what is my truth and all of those things. And when we are so rooted in that, then we start building forts around our hearts and forts around ourselves and really dig in and plant our feet and then get defensive anytime we feel like somebody is challenging that. So that becomes very difficult to do.
I think we carry over stuff. Like I was talking to you about this before. I was talking about how, even in my dating life, the first thing a woman would tell me is all the shit she not gonna put up with on the phone. I'd be like, and I don't be dealing with this, and I don't be dealing with this. And the one question I asked one girl in the ancient history of when I used to date, or in the ancient history, right? I said, how you know what you put up with if you haven't gotten into the relationship yet? So you come in with all these stipulations of what you will and what not deal, what you will and won't deal with. How is that going to help you find a person if you've already counted out things? Suppose he has something that you didn't deal with, but you like dealing with it with him. You know what I'm saying? How do you find that? And I found that a lot of relationships, we come in with all these preconceived notions of who we are and what we're dealing with. And then once we get into the relationship, you realize that it's a whole different thing because that person is an entirely different variable. How do you feel about that, Duchess?
Yeah, I think you and I have experienced that to the 25th power because we are both such strong personalities. We've got a rich history of experiences, and we both brought those to the relationship and then having to navigate that. And one of the things that you've said to me is oftentimes when you imagine something happening, you can figure 8 out of 10 women are going to respond in a certain way. But then there's a couple that are not going to respond in the same way. And I happen to fall typically in that margin. And unfortunately for me, I feel I've been marginalized as a result because I don't necessarily think the same way as others do. So what attracts you to me? So as you
Deepak, hold on a second. Get Parks in. Parks, what's good?
It won't let me in.
Hold on.
It won't let me in.
Why? Oh, because you gotta download something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, stay on the phone. Don't worry about it. We got Deepak to the phone. We're having a good conversation anyway. I mean, go ahead, Duchess. I'm sorry to cut you off. Deepak is on the phone back to us.
That's okay. And so it's as you often say, the same thing that makes you laugh makes you cry. And so then when there's an assumption, because 8 out of 10 women are going to do that, then I feel I'm not being heard. And I'm like, well, but I'm not them. I'm me. And this is how I see it. And I'd like to share that. And so if I share, or if you feel like you're not being heard, if you say something and I just, defend or go or deflect or something, then that causes that conflict, that causes that tension. It's the lack of communication. But we have to have a willingness to allow the other person to express themselves and receive. Sometimes we just have to hold space for each other. That becomes very difficult to do when you feel like you have to push your point through.
We're talking about the general versus the abstract. And a lot of times in the general conversation, it's not the abstract. And I'm quite... In your case, and what I love about you is that you're more of the abstract. You're not in the general pool, but there is a general pool, and I haven't had enough experience to realize, because most people don't have the ability to go through a general pool one by one. They gotta look for the abstract that comes out of the in the situation. How do you feel about that, Deepak?
Nah, it's true. I mean, people only care about what they think affects them. So, as Duchess said, if something's happening over there, as long as it's not affecting me, like, yeah, I ain't gonna do it. That ain't me. But they don't realize that that's just a microcosm, and that shit is gonna grow. And if they're gonna do that to them, eventually they're gonna do that to you if you don't conform or stay on point with what it is that their agenda.
I think
people live in a vacuum. People live in a vacuum.
They do live in a vacuum, and they do believe that they are on TV, and the only person that they exist is them. Sometimes I get guilty of that myself. We all get guilty of that. We all live in these spaces where we at.
Yes.
Coco, you got to come in here if you're going to talk about stuff about the 5 love languages.
And you know what? That is, to me, one of the biggest difference makers. First of all, if you don't know your own love language, and let's talk about the 5 in case people don't know. So there are 5 primary love languages, but we all flow through different ways. There's gift giving is one of the love languages, acts of service, physical touch, that's my primary love language, quality time, and there's the 5th one. I always forget the 5th one. But, if for instance, if my primary love language is physical touch, and then on top of that, acts of service, then I'm going to want to touch you, and I'm going to want to do things for you. I'm also
Hi, this is Lindsay. I was just wondering if I get those 5 love languages and get somebody to do something to me, is that the same thing? Lindsay, stay out of this. This is a grown conversation. See your way out this conversation.
Well, and I'm also going to want to receive that. I'm going to want you to touch me, and I'm going to want you to do things for me. But if your love languages are completely different, if yours is gift giving, you might give me a gift and walk away, and I'm like, well, hold on. Where's the touch? Where's the hug? Where's the kiss? Where's all of that?
Men tend to be emotionally immature. We as men are not the most mature. We don't know how to read signs. By the way, Troy just voted. There you go, Troy. Who'd you vote for, Troy? Joe Biden? That's my man, Troy, right there. Coco, you could have come in, Coco. You're gonna stay out there in the metaverse. Do you practice the love languages with your lady, Parks? Parks. What happened to D Parks? Parks, you there? We just lost D Parks. But I don't know. I didn't know anything about the love languages. I just do. How am I with the love? Do I do love language stuff? I don't even know how I do it. But do I do it?
We all do it. We just may not be aware of it. And you and I happen to have the same primary love languages. And
Right.
so we haven't talked about it because it hasn't been necessary due to the fact that we are just innately
Right.
connected on that level. But, what also happens is we all have different ideas of what intimacy is and what that means. And unfortunately, many of us have a difficult time even knowing that, and let alone communicating it, for instance. And so just like early on, like I obviously understood golf was very important to you. You golf pretty much every day. If you could, you would golf every day, right? And then I had to get to a point and say, hold on. There needs to be a day for us where there's no golf involved, and we are simply together being intimate with one another, whatever that looks like for you and I. And you agreed. And so there was that one day. Now we have our Sundays that we get to do that. Now, it's not that we don't spend time together in other ways, because that was the initial reaction. Wait a minute. We spend a ton of time together. Yes, we do. However, I also want to make sure that we have some time set aside so that we can do the things that are important to us, because when you're doing the things that are important for you, I'm doing the things that are important for me. It fills our cup up. It brings us that joy.
Giving your man, this is from Venus to Mars. Now, giving your man direction. A lot of times women don't give us direction, and they get mad if we don't follow the directions.
Right.
Most men, and I could listen, I am guilty of this myself. I can see the shit right in front of my face and not understand what the hell's going on. And then you'll say to me, no, so you don't come here, just come here, and then you'll sort of work it through. But I wouldn't know. Most guys, we don't think like that. We think in chopping blocks, this, that. And if a guy is that manipulative, I need to think he might be a little suspect. I'm just
Well, like this morning was a perfect example.
Yeah,
if I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Parks.
I'm sorry. Hey, ladies, Duchess, I went and grabbed my girl, Shauna. Today, too, before she says anything, she wants to jump in. Everybody just wish her happy birthday. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Shauna. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Welcome.
This is Lindsay. I just want to know what kind of love languages does Deep Parks give us? I just want. Yeah.
Well, his love language. I don't know if I want to give that away, but his love language is touch, communication. Yeah, I'll keep jumping in as we continue this song.
But no, listen. Please feel free to come in here and just jump in. Don't worry about Lindsay asking you these questions because he don't know what he's talking about. But listen, jump in and contribute as you, because I know it's kind of hard. You get a little nervous when you just jumping in. All of a sudden, people is talking 100 miles an hour at 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It can be a little tough. But stay with us because, we
I have no problem.
You got no problem.
I'm just trying to get myself together this morning.
Yeah, no,
trust me.
Yeah.
I have no problem, right?
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. Hey, good morning, Coco.
Double Dutch.
Mars Venus. Oh, she does hot peas and butter. Hot peas and butter.
Hot peas and butter.
Listen. Mars, Venus, and all planets in between. It's very apropos that we have it on the day that we could possibly elect the first black woman president for the United States of America.
Hey, talk about it.
So Coco, you brought up the 5 love languages.
Yes, absolutely.
How does that work for you, and what does that mean?
Well, I'm a very logical, analytical person, and all the languages start to me with communication. I need to, if you want to stimulate me, you have to stimulate my mind. My body follows. Mm-hmm. Love language is about touch. I had to actually teach my last partner about touch and the importance of touch and how to communicate non-verbally. You could communicate non-verbally by touching a person at a certain point in their body to make them feel a certain type of way, but communication is key, verbally and non-verbally. And of course, I love the intimacy. The intimacy is a whole nother realm. Intimacy, sexual intimacy is very important to me, which I strive for, not just non-verbal and verbal, but sexual communication is really, really important.
Before you go sexual, let me back up a little bit and let's talk about nonverbal.
Back that thing up.
Let's back that thing.
Pause.
Hey.
Let's talk about nonverbal cues, and this is sort of a tutorial for the brothers out there, because one thing I am very good at, and the Duchess will tell you, is nonverbal cues. I'm very strong when it comes to how I walk with her down the street, where I put my hands when we walk together, when I touch her, all the things that I do to give her nonverbal cues, not only about masculinity, but also about protection and also about compassion and all those things. That is, I don't know if that's one of the love languages, but I believe men, nonverbal cues with your woman is very important, because she needs to feel that you actually. It's not just getting in, right. It's not just getting in there and getting your hump on. Like, you can do that all day, and she can look at you like, oh, it's nothing. It's really about how you deal with her, and also how you deal with her in public. I learned that, and I've made those mistakes as a younger man, but now as I've gotten older.
You know what? I think too, there is a fine line between protection and control. You can protect your lady without controlling her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of men understand what the fine line is. How do you address that, Liz?
Well, I'm going to give that to the Duchess, because ultimately I don't think men know the difference unless the woman has to give us the cue to tell us when we're going too far. Again, men are not that adept. Our dexterity is not, it takes a long time to get that nice at it. It's just that I'm nice because I understand and I respect her. I respect her ability to be independent. She's strong on her own. So I respect that ability for her to be strong on her own. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to be in a situation where you got to come through me to get to her if we out in public. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, let the Duchess talk about it, because you're being controlling now.
I think he's just being expressive. And to me, here's the difference. Your own security. You are a very secure man. A secure man does not need to control a woman. And that, to me, is the difference maker. Your own personal security.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yourself allow me to be and feel and move securely within myself and within the relationship. So I never feel controlled, because I know anytime, listen, the way that you command attention and command my respect just by your presence has nothing to do with control. It's all about how you see yourself and how you move. And it allows me to then follow that lead, which is what I want to do. Now, when I'm on my own, yes, I can deal with things. I have no problem with that, but I also don't put myself in compromising situations on purpose.
Well, let me go back to Coco for a second, because Coco, you bring up a very good question. As a woman, are you able to discern whether the man is being protective or controlling? And are you able to allow him to be protective? And if he's a little controlling, how are you able to back him into a position? Or what's going on with the guy where you feel as if you're fighting for control? Because I was in relationships before where we were fighting for space in a very small window, where we're fighting each other for space in these in conversational situations.
Right.
How do you manage that situation, Coco?
Well, it starts with boundaries, right? Because as adults, we have things in our lives that we have to maintain individually. And when a person encroaches on your space, you have to let them know, hey, I have my thing I need to do, and you respectfully need to respect that, right? And you have to back off. But that comes with like love bombing, right? When a person love bombs you, they bombard you, they want to talk to you every 15 minutes, they want to talk to you every hour, and you're doing your job, and you're, in meetings, and you're professional, and you have to say, hey, wait, hold on. We can have these, we can have these discussions, but we need to do it on my time. It depends on where your boundaries are and how you choose to employ those boundaries in your relationship. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Well, let me just go to D Parks for a second.
Well,
I'm going to y'all in a second. That's why I'm moving this conversation over here. Let me just bring this conversation back to D Parks and his lady. Happy birthday, by the way. But let me just say this. Let me say this again. What you sound like you're saying, and you fellas, get me if I'm wrong. You sound like you're putting up fences already in the relationships. With
that's the opposite.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Can I sound really quick?
Yeah, go ahead and jump in.
So, as a woman too, I think at the end of the day, sometimes we just have to understand that you're with people who sometimes we just don't match frequencies. That's number one, right? And I think sometimes in life, some couples go hard. They go hard, I think, just with the idea of being together, right? Yeah. And then there are couples that are together that you just have some differences that you just need to iron out, right? And when I say iron out, I think that's where the boundaries come in, right? You kind of letting that person know kind of what you settle for, and while you're learning what they settle for. And I don't even want to use the word settle. Maybe understanding what they, what they like or who they are, while they're accepting who you are and what you like and what you don't like. And I think when you get past that, when you understand, like, hey, we may be on the same frequencies, or we are on the same frequencies, but we have some slight differences, and you can communicate. And that's where, again, the sincerity comes in, the maturity. And I know as a woman, like me and Parks talked about this, as a woman, and I don't care whether you're independent, I don't care if you're a masculine woman, or every woman wants to feel secure. That's number one. Protection and security are two different things, right? And I feel there are some who are immature to think that protection means that I'm securing you. And they don't realize that it's still you're still insecure in that protection. Because I've seen some men that have been like, that's where the controlling comes in, right? Because I'm supposed to protect you and this and that. But again, if we're on the same frequency, you can kind of understand, like, by nature, a man, to me, by nature, a man's role is to lead, right? Doesn't mean that a woman doesn't lead, but the way we lead is different. It's more in a quiet way. It's more in a way that sometimes a lot of men don't even realize that we're leading them, right? And I think,
you make a very good point. Let me step in here for a second. You make a very good point. A lot of men know how to lead. Like when with like a perfect example, the Duchess is very powerful. She's a very powerful, independent woman. I tend to step in when I think I'm needed to step in. That's when I step. I don't always step in. She runs.
You don't have to overpower.
Right. She does her thing. But then sometimes I can look at her and be like, oh, okay, let me jump in here real quick. Like there was a time, we were at an event, and the Duchess, when she shines up very nicely, and she's always beautiful. So she goes to an event, and the guys were kind of being a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? So now, and you know how New York guys is. If you step away from your woman for a second,
you may never see her again.
Yeah, it's crazy. And some women they go for that, right? Some women, but the Duchess gave me the look like this is getting a little nervous. So then I turn into controlling security when I step in and go back up, and then now I become the block for dudes to come in here, and then they realize.
Liz, I've been in the opposite situation where I've had to actually, I'm what they call a sovereign woman. So I actually have been in situations where I've had to actually step up for a man that I'm with. Like I see my man, if someone's talking to me in front of my man, I actually step up to the dude and look at my man like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? This is your job. I'm backing the dude down, and you're standing there watching like a spectator, like a Sputnik. And I'm like,
wow, good. Answer that. Go ahead. I like where you're going here. That's crazy. You, Coco. By the way, hi, Coco. You're a very interesting person. I
yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah, go ahead.
From a woman to a woman, that type of man, don't you look at them then and like we're not on the same frequency.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. And
we want to feel secure, right? Whether we have a.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, go. I want you to finish because I want to build on you.
Because I feel like even if we have that demeanor, some men will say aggressive, and I hate that word because it's not aggressive.
I'm aggressive. Yes, I am. I am proud to be aggressive. I'm aggressive. Yes.
Let me say something. For me, right? I've been called aggressive, and I don't. It's not that I'm not proud of that because I feel like men that have called me aggressive means that they can't control me, right? Now I'm assertive. I'm very assertive, and I can be more assertive in certain situations. And I feel like that's the difference, right? And I feel like a man that says like aggressive, or I got to check in a way like, yo, you're supposed to be protecting me. I've come to realize that you are who you are. We not on the same frequency.
But what do you say? Hold on. What do you say to the guy who's saying you should be able to nip that in the bud early, so I don't have to? Because I can't go out there and be biting everybody who look at you. You should be able to check that. Yeah.
See, so for instance, right? I have been in situations where I can check, right? But I'm also not the type of person that believes that. I'm very, number one, I'm very observant. So I am very aware of personalities that allow continually flirt and let it go somewhere else, right?
When now like me,
you have a personality that's highly disrespectful, and now you might have to be out of pocket.
But
Right?
also
I
there are a
would-
lot. Hold on, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that can't see the cues. And there may be a situation where a lot of times you women will shut stuff down that the man you with don't even see. The only thing I would tell them is just let me know if this dude is being creepy or not. I don't know if he's being creepy. Give me an idea. Even if you don't react, you can keep an eye on him just in case. Because sometimes creepy is like a snowball. If you let it roll down the hill a little bit, what'll end up happening? It'll come all the way down the hill. So you need to check it early before it rolls down the hill, becomes an
Right. No, that's correct.
The word that you use is discernment, and
that you don't feel. But if you with a man and you don't feel comfortable with the solution, you should be able to go to your man and let him like, I don't feel comfortable. That's what I mean by communication and the
I got
maturity
you.
of it all.
Go ahead, Duchess. What are you saying, babe?
Well, I think the key word here is discernment. And, that is something that grows with the intimacy of the relationship where you understand one another, but you also understand the world around you and how to deal with it. If you're a woman who is insecure and you feed off of other men giving you attention, that will probably be problematic in your relationship because men by nature are territorial. That is just how you're wired. It's what it is. And so nobody wants to be sharing it, unless
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, and also too, when a man displays that he is a protector and a provider to you because he's action based, right? You don't have to do any of the work. Okay. Right. I mean, if you're in a situation, well, first of all, you shouldn't ever be in a situation with your man where you have to be in a situation where you feel uncomfortable. Your man should be always scouring or observing the situation where you're not in a vulnerable state. That's number one. Any woman who is with a man like that lives a soft life. She should never, ever have to worry about, being in any places where she's uncomfortable. If
right
you're
there,
uncomfortable,
let me bring in Toby because it's a lot of listen. It's a lot of and I understand from the women's perspective, but we got to bring in some brothers here to sort of give their perspective because
I love that.
Brothers definitely need to. Toby, you hear what Coco's saying. You hear what's happening. Deepak, Toby Hicks. Question, Toby, how do you feel? Because it sounds like men don't have the ability to understand most of this stuff. We just detect threats, and then we work through what a threat is. Threat level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. How do you deal with how would you deal with a woman like Coco?
How would I deal with a woman like Coco?
Yeah.
I leave it up to her to be the defensive player of the year. I shouldn't have to step in for anything. You can shut things down without me.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. But but I am a woman though. At the end of the day, and the day's got to end. I am a woman though. Although I can shut it.
How do we know when you want to be a woman or when you want to be?
I am never going to be a masculine to a man in a situation where I feel that my safety is in danger. I can do that on my own though. Like I can handle myself. Right. I've been in many different situations where I had men running from me physically. So
I don't want to.
But that's not my job though. You understand?
But that's like a job. But does that shut a guy down from talking to you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I think she's saying it's not her job. It is her job to shut a guy down from talking to her, but it's not her job to fight off the
minimize threats. Right.
Well, again, I think that comes down.
I can do that on my own. I'm just saying I can do that on my own. But if a man can't do it for me, let's just say, hold on. If I find out, right, that the man that I'm with, and I'm on this type of time, this is where I'm at frequency level. If I find out that my man is a little homie to somebody, like if he answers to someone, someone is, ordering him around, and paying him and he has to follow him around, he is not my guy. You understand? I'm not that type of chick. I don't
Are you saying that
respect
a man with a job is a problem for you? Or
No. I'm just saying, okay, imagine. Blaze, let me just ask you. Are you a little homie to somebody?
No.
Okay. So imagine a man is telling you that he's done this, he's done that, he's the boss, whatever, and then you find out he's a little homie. What is the dynamic of the relationship after that?
Well, first of all, let me say this to you. Everybody has to answer to somebody, first and foremost. Whether it be to God, whether it be to your wife, whether it be to your children.
No, I get that.
Every man has to answer to somebody. Secondly, if you're trying to build something in life, you're going to have to learn that every situation has its time. So if you mean you have to, like, for instance, if you got to sweep the floor in a situation, but you do a good job at sweeping the floor and you're proud of your job at sweeping the floor and you get paid for sweeping the floor,
that's cool. I love that. I love that. But no, I'm just saying in the homeboy hierarchy, right? If you're in a homeboy hierarchy, because men love rules, men love being in position. It's action based, and a woman you're with, you make her believe that you are a leader, like you call the shots. You're a baller, a shot caller, and then she finds out that you're a little homie to somebody else in a homeboy hierarchy.
Every man is not an alpha, right? Every man is not going to be an alpha. So you got to find out where you fit in. What you're saying is, to you, Coco, you're saying in Mars, Venus, and all planets in between, you're saying that you are a woman that wants to deal with an alpha male. But I'm just saying, I mean, listen, as I said to Duchess last night, there's this little bit of men and all these women that want to get with this little bit of men. They're not going to get with all this little bit of men. There's going to be other men that they can get with. But here's my crutch. My crutch is if the dude is saying to the woman, his woman, that he is the leader, he's the guy, he's the one that everybody wants to, be with, they want to work with, they want to, because he's the one directing everything. In his world, that's where he's a leader. But how could you be with him and not know that? You see, the thing is, what I'm saying to you is, how could you be with a dude, in tune with a dude, and not know where he is on the spatial plane of what shit his existence is?
Well,
I mean,
I love that because
you don't know who he is.
The dude, well, first of all, you got to look at the dudes who are looking up to him, right? So if the dudes that are looking up to him are not of a certain caliber, you already know he's the leader of the rats. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that. I'm not saying. Right? He's not the leader of the kings. Let's go with that. Right? So say he's a leader of the rats, but all you see is rats, and you're like, what the fuck is these rats doing around here? And he's like, yeah, I'm the boss. No. This is important. And he goes, well, this is my world. This is my kingdom. I'm like, it's just rats around here. Right? and then he goes and he connects with a king. And then you realize the king doesn't have rats in his kingdom. He doesn't have those kind of things around him. And you go, oh shit. Wow. Well, what the fuck was I thinking? This person has completely manipulated my space, which I don't have time for, with a whole bunch of rats in his kingdom, worshiping him.
I get what you're saying, Coco. Duchess, you're saying that a lot of times men may misrepresent themselves, and then the guy that you're looking for isn't the guy that he tends to be. But I mean, that's a two-way conversation. A lot of times women
definitely a two-way conversation.
Yeah,
misrepresent themselves all the time.
Okay. Duchess, how do you feel about that?
Every time they get up and look in the mirror, they represent themselves. They ain't real. Not even them.
All right. Well, go ahead, Duchess.
Well, before we point the finger at each other, we need to look in the mirror and ask, are we being ingenuous with ourselves or disingenuous in some way? When this is what I have personally found, and I hear what you're saying, Coco. For me, as a single woman, when I decided, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to open myself up, I'm going to find love, and not necessarily go out and find it. I'm going to magnetize this love to me by becoming that which I desire. And my most important number one quality that I was looking for in a relationship was reciprocity. I knew if I am capable of loving such the degree that I love and giving to the degree that I do, surely there is another on this planet that God has made that can reciprocate that love for me. So as soon as I would meet someone, if there was any interest at all, I would immediately assess, is there reciprocity here? Is this a person who gives what they want to receive? And if the answer is no, it is already dissolved before it got started. It's not even a question, because I was very clear about who I am and what I want and what I'm willing to do. And so I didn't have to
love this
conversation with anything.
Mars, Venus, and all planets between. Duchess, I think you make a very good point. This is just a small version of the show.
I've got so many topics to talk about, but I love this.
Troy, your phone is making a lot of noise, Troy. But I want to give this I want to give it a shot, man. Troy,
yeah,
you enjoyed
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yes, good, Troy. There you go.
Can I give a last parting question?
Yes. Hold on, Troy. Go ahead, Troy. Say what you're gonna say. Then we go.
I want to say the difference between a wife and a girlfriend. You gotta spend a lot of money on. They get all the attention. They want this, that. A wife, the score like will be. They will let you. They'll let you be like masculine, be masculine. They will give you, a girlfriend. You spending too much money on, and she not giving nothing, and you don't give her what she want, and she all to the next.
I got so many questions.
Troy, I love the question, Troy. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, Troy. That was great question, Troy. Good voting today. Troy with his, I think he's saying that there's a difference between a girlfriend and a wife, and not every girlfriend.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation for me. I got so many ways to break this down, but we can talk about this later.
Yes. But anyway, Mars, Venus, and all planets. And one more question, Coco, before we get out of here. We deep pause.
Yeah. Let's. I want to talk about something because, as we're in the fifth floor, as a single woman on the fifth floor, I find that a lot of men are looking for hospice wives. For example, they may be sick or they may be in some kind of vulnerable state, and they're looking for women to take care of them. And I don't have time for that. If I'm not sick and I'm looking for a healthy male, I struggle to find men of my age on the fifth floor, on the same floor I'm at, on that type of time. And the motivations I'm finding is that men are looking hold on, let me finish. Men on my floor are looking, seeking women. No, some men don't even go to the doctor to get colonoscopies. They're afraid of doctors for some reason. And when they do go, they
should go to Planet Fitness to find a guy.
No, I'm not going to Planet Fitness to find a fucking guy. Because fitness and diet and lifestyle choices are all in one. Body and mind should be in alignment. So you should not be sick.
Do you feel you can get with a guy and then bring him over to your existence? Because I tell you one thing, which is a true fact. I was already on my path to be healthy, right? And then I met and we aligned because we were on another healthy path. And then we started to connect with each other and share health things together. And we both are being healthy together. Is that something you can do with a person that's willing to do that with you? Is that a logistic that you guys can work together on?
Yeah, no. Well, yes and no. I'll say I'm on my journey. I would like to find someone who's on the same journey without me bringing him there. I need to meet him there. I don't want to I don't have time in my life. Look, I got many moves behind me than I have in front of me. I'm not a teacher. That's it's I didn't go to school for that.
The package ready, right? Any last words, D-Park? Q wants that package ready. Any last words, D-Park?
Yeah, my last words. Yeah. So what I'm gathering from this conversation is that if you're out with your guy and some other guy approaches you, the guy that you're with has to not be looking for a hostage situation. You also need to not be the king of the rap, and not be the
very good
kick around guy.
Very good.
I love your summation.
Yeah, great summation. Mars, Venus, and all planets in between. Duchess, are you ready are you ready to tackle this show, Duchess? This is going to be a crazy show, Duchess.
It's so needed. I want to say one last thing real quick before we go.
Yeah.
My son is 18, and he and I were in the car together for about 40 minutes the other day. And I was speaking with him about some of the things, some of the dynamics between you and I in our relationship. Yeah. And I shared with him, I said, TJ, listen, the reason why I'm talking to you about this is because, excuse me, no one spoke to me about these things. From my parents' perspective, their marriage, their relationship was their business, not mine.
Right.
Okay, well then who's supposed to teach me what I need to know?
And who's supposed to teach your son? That's right.
Right. Who's supposed to have these conversations with our children if we're not learning how to do for ourselves, how to, improve ourselves and be in a healthy relationship?
Break the generational curse.
Yes, that's where it ends. It's not to say that I'm inviting him into the intimacy of our relationship, but it's teaching him this is what you need to be looking for and paying attention to. This is what's important as a man, as a woman, and those kind of things, and being real with our children so that they don't have to go out and then learn from scratch, making the same mistakes, and while we sit back and say, you should have known better. So that to me is what this is so important to talk about.
Morals, ethicals, and principles.
And before we go, the birthday girl's on the phone. Shanna, we want to give her last quote to end the day. Shanna, since it's your birthday, and welcome to the morning emails. We got to get you on here more. And listen, anybody that could deal with Deepak's sense of humor, you know. Yeah. Go ahead, Shanna.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I have much to say, but I mean, be who you are, love who you are, and know who you with.
Be who you are and know who you with. I think that's a very good summation. Mars, Venus, and all planets in between.
Be who you are, know who you are. Be who you are, know who you are, and love who you with.
And love who you with. There you go.
Beautiful.
Wow, what a great morning. Make sure I get out there and vote and see what happens today. Is it going to be Kamizi or Treasy? We don't know what's going to happen today. We'll figure it out. Prima Lima is working the polls today. Pause, and we're gonna get it done today. And Coco, do you have your outfit on today? Are you going out there the whole outfit today?
I'm wearing all black to the polls because I'm militant.
Militant today. For the Duchess, Deandra Harmony herself, the Grand Duchess is here. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Thank you, Coco Dreams, for blessing us again. Also, D Parks, my man. And welcome to Shauna and also Troy Mumford. Thank you for coming in. We now know the difference. Troy. The girlfriend. All right. We know the difference. Have a great day. Reggae Wednesday tomorrow. We're having a good time. Y'all have a great day. Much love, everybody. We see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.